This conference will now be recorded.
You're good to go, Chad.
I'm going to go ahead and call this meeting of October 23rd, 2023 to order. All are present.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Any changes or adjustments?
I have nothing to add to the agenda tonight.
Move to approve the agenda?
I'll second.
Have a motion by Lauren and a second by Jody to approve the agenda. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Consent agenda.
Move to approve?
Have a motion by Lauren and a second by Janda to approve the consent agenda items. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Move down to the care center report.
Evening all.
Good evening.
I would like to say it has been 364 days since my very first advisory board meeting. I made it 1 year.
Good job.
Okay, so looking at the care center report.
No, we're nice.
In the month of September, we had an average census of 35.2. You can see it's broken down there through Medicaid, private, Medicare, and managed care. The private pay numbers went down slightly as what they typically are. Medicare A and managed care went up just a little bit. So we're still looking at increasing those numbers. We did have 7 admissions in the month of September, 8 discharges to home and 1 death. With a total of 43 referrals, we had 36 that we denied for various reasons, acuity level being too high, things that we are not trained to or do often enough to be qualified to do. So many that went to other facilities, whether it was in their hometown or a bigger facility in a town with a hospital, seemed to be a big issue. Payer source, memory care, and we did have 1 I didn't put on there that was coming off of something that we couldn't take care of. Financial report, operationally, we lost $10,000 in the month of September. Net income after taxes and depreciation was a loss of $42,000 for the month. Our annual operations, however, we profited $536,000. The net income was $636,000. We do need to remember, however, almost $350,000 of that was grant money. So we're looking at $295,000, $300,000 profit for the year. We did very well. We only had 4 negative months in the year: October of 22, January, May, and September. And all of those months, with the exception of October, all of those months we saw a dip in census. So the revenue wasn't coming in, and January and September for certain, our staffing costs were higher as a result of using agency staffing. In May, we had our college girls back, and they did a phenomenal job covering many of the spots that we use agency staff. Any questions about the financials now? Projects, the board okayed tonight the purchase of 25 PTAC units using some of that grant money from the Minnesota Department of Health. We'll be putting in 25 of them, total cost of $17,900. Yes, sir.
PTAC, I'm sure it's air conditioning, but what does the PT stand for?
Heating. No, the heat and air conditioning unit. So we will order we have them on standby. We'll order them tomorrow, have them delivered next week, and start installing them as time goes on. Hopefully
It's supposed to
done
be
by
more
Thanksgiving.
efficient.
They will definitely be more efficient, because ours are 30 years old. And they've been hobgobbling them together for several years. And then rooftop air handler units, we're gonna get that done. The board okayed that tonight. I don't have a complete bid on it, but we're looking at probably $20,000 to do new air handler units, which is fresh air coming into the building, into the hallways and the common areas. Those units are 50 years old. And it's about like a squirrel cage fan up on top of the roof, slowly blowing a little bit of air in. Not real well. So that will freshen things up a lot. We're gonna get the ductwork all cleaned out as well as part of that bid. And that should help us a lot with some of our viral things that tend to happen. Then, of course, we're still looking at ceiling lifts, and we're gonna renovate a shower room into a spa room and make it more of a personable experience for the residents. I liken it to going into the locker room at school right now, loud, clangy, cold, and we want to warm that up so that the resident feels like they're in their home. A couple of fun things that we had go on. The Russell Anderson family had donated some money and purchased a bunch of things for our residents in the community. Their dad always brought in sweet corn, and as part of this, we had sweet corn. We had a Smoke and Barrel barbecue from Manchester come up. Family paid for that for us. We had a great time. So we had entertainment, food, shopping, all kinds of neat stuff. And we had ice cream from Mrs. Patty's ice cream truck. The ice cream truck's name is Sprinkles. It's a family member that her aunt has that truck, and she's been over actually twice now, once during homecoming week as well. So that was a lot of fun. And if you're interested or know anybody interested, we are still looking for CNAs and nurses. That's all I have.
With the AC units, are they energy efficient where there's rebates that you could qualify for as well? Or are they not?
That I don't know for sure if we would qualify for rebates. If so, that would go through direct supply company that we
They would do it for
that we
you?
work with, yeah.
Okay.
And then, so, yeah, we're buying that through direct supply, which is part of our HIPSI contract, and that's how we get our rebates. So,
Okay.
yeah, very good question. And then the roof, that's all in Schwicker.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Move to approve.
Second.
Have a motion by Lauren and a second by Jan to approve care center report. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? People service report.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Only big thing is, that I cleaned out the primary clarifier. It's 44,000 gallons. Should be done every other year, and it hadn't been done in over 25.
Oh, my.
What?
So, yeah, it was dreadful. It was awful. It was the worst job I've ever had to do in my whole life. Because you have to get in the bottom of it. And the
Oh.
arms are about this tall and they're half the width, so it's a 30-foot diameter pit. So the arms wouldn't hardly move because of the wipes and the plastic that were stuck. You know, it's right on the floor of it, and it's kind of at an angle. They were so thick that those bars, you couldn't go like that. So over a half of a dumpster full of wipes. So that was a really big project.
Yeah,
So now it's on the list for every other year. So if
okay.
next time it should not, yeah, there'll be some debris in there, but nothing like this.
So the advertising for disposables,
They're not,
they lie.
yeah.
Okay.
I tested them in jars
Oh, yeah?
out there. It's been 3 weeks and they still don't dissolve. So you
Okay.
just throw it in the garbage. It doesn't, they don't dissolve. Cottonelle has lawsuits out, or people have lawsuits out on Cottonelle. So
Yeah, so I was wondering what wastewater people are doing. What are
we're
cities?
going crazy.
Yeah.
Every city has that.
Yeah,
issue.
we're
Yeah, I
all
know, but
going
there's gotta be a
nuts.
solution someplace.
And then in the winter, they all ball up in the sewer line and then people will dump bacon grease or whatever grease. And then they wrap up with that and they're like ice chunks in your sewer. They'll be just a big ice ball. So yeah, wipes have got to go.
The solution is not to use them.
Yeah, which we know that won't happen, but we're just gonna have to think of, like my snail trap.
Yeah.
Maybe a trap to catch more wipes.
Yeah, okay.
Before it goes in that tank.
Yeah.
So, and if you can get a lot of that stuff out too, then your equipment will be more efficient and it will last longer. Because this wasn't gonna move. I'm surprised it even did, so. And then all that garbage goes through your pumps. So see that, then your pumps get all
That's
goofed up and then it wrecks them. So I try to get out as much as I can, but there's only so much
Sure.
I can be there to grab them. So that's on every other year now. And all 3 valves were put in the basement. That was the reason, was to drain it, to get the other 3 valves in. They work wonderful. They're great. Nothing's leaking anymore. So it's really, really good. So. And then, we did get our inspection. It went really well out there. It went really, really well. We had 6 violations, but I got 1 fixed because they wrote it wrong and I caught it. So now we went 5. 1 was from when the generator went out last year and we were out of power for like an hour and it messed up the plant. There's nothing I could have done about it anyways. And 3 were percentage wise and nothing I could do about that either. And the release was one of them, but it's an act of God, but we still get violations. But
Yeah.
they know that it was nothing that we could have done about it. So
So how do you fix it?
a release,
Well, I
Hope
mean,
that
those
it
violations, how do you fix it?
you can't, they're percentages. So when the plant gets upset, everything.
There you go, here's the video.
Oh, yeah, that was horrible. Watch them probably swearing up. And that's how thick it was. That's what I had to go down and shovel out.
No.
So we used buckets and rope and we shoveled in and that was the last day was
Flip your
that
nose?
day. Yeah, it was dreadful. That was all wipes. Plastic
Do not
bags,
use flushable wipes.
garbage
Yeah.
bags.
Don't push them down.
We should put that in the newsletter
It goes
every
out
month.
about 3 times a year.
Yeah, I made some new sheets.
I mean, some of that could be plastic bags and stuff could be coming through the sewer, they get blown around.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Right,
I
and then they
find
get down the sewer.
dollar store bags, the grocery bags, they come right through and I just scoop them and catch them and throw them, the ones that when I'm there, you know?
Yeah.
But it's
I don't think people
dreadful.
are
That
flushing
video we put on, like.
plastic bags down, well, they might be.
Then they can see.
Yeah, they'd have to be, the storm, it's not coming through the storm, it has to come.
It's really coming through the
sewer.
sanitary?
Yeah, I don't get storm water, I don't get that storm stuff.
Okay.
I don't, like, a head of lettuce came through the other day. So-
No way.
Oh, I took pictures of that one, yeah.
Oh my.
I don't know how they get it down in their sink, but I don't know how that works, but yeah.
Good.
Yeah, carrots, lettuce, tomatoes, yeah. I don't know how
Oh,
that
Lord.
happens, but it wrecks. So when that happens, it wrecks the efficiency of your plant. So 3 of those were percentage violations.
And you can't get the percentage back up to
No,
what it should be?
well, the next week when you take labs.
Oh,
you
gotcha.
know.
I see.
Yeah, it takes time for your plant to recover.
Even out.
Yeah, it just takes time for it. It'll either get too thinned out or too
And
many
if
organics.
the percentage is down for a certain length of time, does that mean you're gonna have to replace equipment to make it come up? to it?
No, that means your plant's not healthy. So you need to get it healthy.
But I mean, how do you get it healthy?
It's hard. It's really, really hard to
Shell.
get it healthy. Yeah, it's really,
Yeah.
it's really hard. It's a lot of moving
But I mean,
water
would you be
here, there.
replacing equipment or
I
would you just be doing more work?
No, yeah, more work. I just
Okay.
rerun the wasting, so I rerun everything back to
Gotcha.
the plant again and try to get more bugs.
Makes sense.
So it's just more work when it doesn't run efficient. And you want it to run a certain way, and that's why you take tests.
And you can't predict any of that happening either, can you? It
Mm-mm.
could be something like, I'm not saying 100,000, but say 200, 300 people doing the same thing at once. And then all of a
Yep,
sudden,
say everybody wanted to change oil or change the antifreeze in their car, and it all is on the garage floor, and everyone just, sends it down the drain. Monday mornings are the worst. I know everyone's been cleaning because the plant is wiped out and it's clear. And it shouldn't be clear. It shouldn't look like that. So yeah, it's tough. Yeah, it's a lot of wrangling around water. Otherwise, it went really, really well, so I was pretty happy with it. So we'll see.
Good.
We can just keep it to that minimum, and if it didn't rain 11 inches, I'd be happy. So.
Yeah.
So we don't have to
You
do
and I
that
both.
again.
Everybody would be.
Otherwise, I think that's pretty much all I have. Besides, there might be a possible water leak out there underground, but I'm gonna borrow Eric's fluoride checker, and if it's got fluoride on it, more than likely it's drinking water, so. It's
Okay.
about 20 foot down. So into the basement. Could be an old line that they had. There was 2 lines out there, so it could be the old line. And if the gate valve broke out there, then yeah, it would be a slow leak and filling up. But
Okay.
it showed for chlorine, which is drinking water. So tomorrow morning I'll know.
Right.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for all your hard
Thanks,
work.
Joe.
Oofed up.
Sounds like snails kept your.
Oh, I've got them under control. My snail catch is working great.
Move to approve the people service report.
I'll second that.
I have a motion by Jody and a second by Jason to approve the people service report. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, street maintenance report.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
This month we had 32 blue cards and 3 shutoffs. Out there at the Legion Field, we're still working on Legion Field. We got the dugouts done. That got complete.
What were they doing today?
Fencing.
Fencing?
Fencing,
Still working, still a little stuff like
yeah.
that? Okay.
We'll be lucky if they're not.
Okay.
So when that gets done, we've got to get the bleachers back and hopefully we can get that before the snow comes.
Mm-hmm. Friday.
Exactly. Other than that, we've winterized everything in town and outside the town, out at the lake. Everything should be good to go.
I had a question on the Ford. When did that accident happen?
Sorry, I don't have it written down on there. Is that about 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago?
What happened?
Somebody backed into the truck when it was parked on the road.
Okay,
What happened is we had Waste Management blew a line and they had their truck and then their work trucks behind it and I parked right in between them. And
Somebody backed up and just
backed
backed
straight
into
into
it.
me.
They drive off?
No.
Oh, you know who it was?
It's all,
I was there.
all was filed with insurance and it's all taken care of and
All right.
insurance paid us already for the claim.
right, because we had a check for $4,600 to Thompson. Was that for that?
That's the claim that was paid by the League of Minnesota Cities.
Well, this is the first, I think it'd be kind of nice if the council was informed anytime any of our vehicles are in an accident or any personnel get injured or anything, we should know about that.
Yeah, it was just a,
I mean, just,
yeah, I mean, normally when insurance claims are filed, they're just filed and,
right,
yeah.
just a quick, email or something to let us know that, so anytime our property gets damaged, like, the vandalism out the lake, we found out about that right away
Yeah.
and stuff, so it's just kind of nice to keep us in the loop.
Yeah, I guess I didn't even think about it because it was nothing that our staff or employees did. and
Right,
there was
I
nobody
understand
injured,
that, but
nobody
still,
hurt,
it's just,
Yeah, I apologize though.
no,
Yeah, that's all on me, that's where I'm.
And going forward, we should-
But yeah, so that's what the check was for, that's claims already been paid by League of Minnesota Cities to us, minus our deductible.
Okay.
But we'll probably get that back through them going after the person that damaged the stuff.
All right.
Good.
Yeah, and other than that, we've been, we've got all the snow equipment back now and, getting a sweeper ready to go. And hopefully a new lawnmower's coming this month. But other than that, that's about all I
We ordered
have.
that back in March, if you
Right.
remember.
Any word on the scoreboard? This week, next week?
November.
Oh, not till November.
November sometime.
Oh, and then the only other things down in the bottom, we had, right in front of the post office on the east side, no, sorry, on the north side,
Mm-hmm.
it was all washed out underneath it. So we had, Olson's come dig it up, and we had, John Halter re-cement it today. So,
That isn't near the handicap ramp, is it? Because I noticed that's all cracked and the curb's cracked in that area. He didn't replace that, did he?
Not all of it, but we did expand it a little bit.
To the east.
That's where it was roped off all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, right across the street.
So, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, because I just remember a very brief conversation. They believe that there was maybe some sort of foundation there that had collapsed. And so like the sidewalk was here and the dirt was like this.
Oh.
So we were gonna have a problem, if it
Yeah.
wasn't taken care of, especially with the traffic that's seen there, so.
And we probably should have taken more of the there's actually, concrete underneath, but we didn't dare do anything because the main pipeline for the gas line is right there.
Oh,
So,
And then we
Good
also
move.
had to mess with that brick stuff.
I was just gonna say, wouldn't that brick add more weight than it was 10 years ago? Or 15?
I don't necessarily.
That's a lot of bricks.
Yeah, I don't know. But, so we'll have to get that back straightened up too, once that's taken care of, but, yeah.
all right.
What's the deal with South Cedar 321?
It's a water service, I'm
Water
assuming.
service. Yeah, that's actually got done also, the same day that he dug that up.
Yeah, there's a few water shutoffs that are not shutting off.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it is.
Yeah, so we have to take care of those as much as we can.
A lot of them is it's a trees that's bed in the pipe and it's making
Hard to get the straight pin down and fight it.
So do you need approval on this, the hollow Peter?
Yeah, we probably should, because we would have waited, but he had the truck coming for the other
Yeah.
one, and so it needed to get done,
That's fine.
so.
Move to approve.
I'll second that.
Have a motion by Lauren and a second by Jody to approve,
Jason?
or Jason, to approve John Peter to pour cement by post office for 2125. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Did you want to talk about this while you're here too, or?
I can stick around for it.
Okay.
Yep, we'll stick around for it.
Motion to approve the water and street report?
Have a motion by Lauren and a second by Janda to approve the street maintenance report. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Schwickerts?
Thanks, Eric.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, so, as we had talked about, Schwickerts was hired to do their roof inspections of our city buildings. I do have 2 copies of this, there's one over there, and this is the one you can kind of quick glance at. But very happy to say that all of our city roofs, for the most part, are in really good shape. They're all 7 to 9 years out for replacement, at minimum. The only thing that they did come across was a small issue on this roof with some pitch pans that need to be replaced. And it's literally the only repair that they recommended for all of our roofs, that they inspected. This one, I shouldn't say that. There was a few repairs that they made, obviously under that threshold that we had set was $500 or something like that. But this one is $2,025 to repair those pans. And basically he said that The problem is you could wait a year or two or whatever, but if the water gets underneath that liner, then you start to have problems with the actual roof itself. So that's that. And then I will show you quickly. This is remember he told us that there's a website that shows all of our stuff. So this is the website that we have now that's set up with all of our stuff. Eric and I both have access to this. If you click on the link, okay, this actually goes through and shows the building, the schematics, the budgets, and then it breaks it down into section A, B, and C with your life expectancy and all that stuff. And there's one for each section. And the nice part is, here is the budget and capital forecast that you can use to do with budgeting and stuff like that. So every time they make a repair or anything like that, they will add a sheet to the list there. We'll have access to that at any time. There's a QR code on that repair sheet right there. If you use any camera to scan that, it'll show you the exact repair location and the pictures, where it's at, what it looks like. Yeah, very, very happy with the service that they provided, and pleasantly surprised with the condition of the majority of our roofs.
So the library roof was good?
Yeah, it should be. We just put a bunch of money into it.
Yeah, I know, but
So no, he said everything up there looked really good. The only real two concerning buildings that there were, the pavilion out at Legion Field, but we have already been talking about putting the tin on that one. And then the other next one I think is the pavilion at the lake. That roof was a little, maybe that was.
we get a lot of tree branches on that. I was wondering if we should trim around it, keep stuff off in the wintertime.
Yeah, Eric, acorn tip is one.
Yeah, oh yeah. I'm sure there's a lot of acorns.
Oh, I lied. That's 4 to 6 years. The metal roof. That's the only. That's this pavilion. Is the one that they said is 4 to 6.
Most around that is evergreens. And,
Is it?
you know, on the north side and
But the other nice thing is there's a schematic for every building now that we have. So if we ever need to put it out for bid or anything like that, we just pull that, send that to the company, and it's all taken care of. So, I think if I remember correctly, I think it was around $1,900 or so that we paid for that. I think it's worth the investment that we got.
I mean, they were thorough and you're happy with what they did? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, even wastewater plants in good
Oh,
shape
yeah.
too. So, I mean,
Oh, yeah?
it's great for me and Eric being able to at least kind of talk through how we're gonna plan. I mean, if you look at, I think the total cost to do this building, if we do it all at once, was like $184,000 or something like that. So it's a significant.
It's a big.
And the 4 to 6 to 7 to 9, those are just, if we don't do a dang thing to anything, that's how long it should last. And he said could be plus 2 years to that. So just depends on how well we keep track.
Yeah.
So planning ahead, are we gonna stash away a little bit of money every year?
We're gonna have to start putting a little more money away than we have put away in the past, to probably deal with those things. And I guess the only crappy part we've identified is that all our roofs are coming due at the same time, right?
Yeah.
So, but we may be able to. And this is to put the roofs back in the exact same condition with the exact same surfacing that there's there. So like he said that you could, like the fire building across the street, you could put 1x strips on there and tin that out for probably half the price of what to replace that's what's there.
Yeah.
So it's just, man, that's what they budget on. So, but yeah, we'll have to definitely, this is gonna be in the 5 to 10 year plan, but definitely gonna have to put some money away for that. So that's kind of all I got. Oh, the only thing I do is I will need that repair authorized if you so choose to do so.
I'll make a motion for that
Probably got
repair on
$2,025.
for this building.
$2,025?
To Schwickerts.
Second.
A motion by Jason, a second by Lauren to approve $2,025 with Swickerts to fix the city hall roof. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Budget.
I didn't have anything for you unless you guys have anything you want to share. I'm planning to have a more thorough, in-depth presentation and to do some line item stuff at the next meeting, and then we'll kind of do a final overview at the second meeting in November, and then we will adopt the final budget at the only meeting in December. So, if there's anything else you want me to look at or look a little closer, Friday, I got did you get the new insurance rates? Yep, okay. I think last week we finally got the 2024 insurance rates, which were great.
Yes, they were.
So substantially savings, so, I think I can actually even whittle down insurance a little bit more, for that, so I'm very pleasantly surprised with that. Yeah, so that's all I got about it.
Any miscellaneous? Administrators report.
Good night.
Thanks. We're in the capital plan and the budget, conversation with Intelliset. They're actually gonna be here tomorrow, meeting with employees, and they're coming to you guys tomorrow too, right? Yep. Still looking at some alternate payment providers for utility billing. I kind of was able to get a hold of PSN, although I don't have all the information I'm looking for before we switch. Shoker's presented their information, worked on the website transition, and I do have a quick preview of what we're looking at potentially. I do not like the city of New Richland here, so I think I'm gonna ask them to remove that and just go with the picture since we have the logo up here in the top. But this is basically what the breakdown of the new website will kind of look like. News and notices, shortcuts, hours, all this stuff. You can click here to report an issue and actually send, if you say have a pothole or something like that, or a tree branch blocking something, you can send that. All the upcoming meetings, when you go to the meetings, maybe this one, yeah, we'll let me go there. It actually, that's not what I was looking for. But it'll actually link the agendas packets, and then it'll automatically put our video link to YouTube for every council video right on there, so it's a one-stop place for it to go. So.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
That's really a great thing.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot nice, a lot user-friendly, like, we'll be able to change this message that's down here on the bottom, scrolling by. And then, there's another scroll bar up at the top that we can also do if we need to. But then, like, the most used stuff will be here, but then as you drop down, that will still drop over
Is
there.
that most used stuff based upon the clicks that go through it, or is it what you want it to be?
Mostly the questions that we're answering on a pretty regular basis for people, yeah.
So they could change.
Yeah, it could change, yep. So, and then, departments, I mean, we basically took everything from the old website and got rid of whatever we could, and skimmed it down, added stuff. So this is kind of where we're at. And then there's a whole nother backside to this, but long story short, once I go to post like agendas and minutes and stuff on the backside of this, there'll be a thing here and I can hit send, and anybody who's signed up for alerts for agendas or packets or anything, I'll send them immediately the link and they can log in and look at that stuff immediately.
Good.
How far back are they gonna keep agendas and?
I have asked them to post all of 2022's and 2023's agendas on the new
Going forward,
website.
how far?
They'll stay on there until,
Winter.
or they'll just be archived, so.
But if it's archived, will the public be able to go see it?
Probably not unless we would unarchive it, yeah. I've always run with the full year in the past and then the current year.
Okay.
Because if you want to go back further than that, just call, we can get you.
That's what I was just gonna ask. If
Yeah.
somebody called you.
Yeah, everything's saved, documented, it's public information, it has to be saved forever. So
Right,
it's-
I understand
it's
that part, but if they call, you could get it to them quick.
Yep. So,
And I don't know how many people know that.
oh, yeah, I mean, that's required by law, so chief of police performance review completed, and I participated in MCA planning conference committee. Employee recognition, we have Shelby Pre, birthday on the 26th with the ambulance, and Ariel Arnold has been on the ambulance for 5 years on November 4th.
Wow.
Other than that, I do not have anything else unless you have questions.
Do we need to approve this?
I think we have been.
The personnel report recommendation?
Oh, that was already in the,
Consent agenda.
Oh, was it in the
That
consent?
was in the consent agenda.
Oh, okay. Well,
Motion to approve the administrator's report.
I have a motion by Jody and a second by Janda to approve the city administrator's report. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Move to adjourn.
I have a motion by Lauren and a second by Janda to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned 7:05.